Hello there, good morning. Welcome to another edition of Knocks to Nuggets. My name is Oluwayomi and such a joy to come your way this beautiful Monday morning. It's such a glorious day, it's such a glorious opportunity to be alive. I thought I could click on and be live on Instagram, but somehow I think the network there is failing. So for everyone who should have joined me on Instagram, I wish I would be there, but here we are. Everybody joining me live on Facebook, on YouTube, thank you so much. And for everyone that will join me, that will watch later, I say a big thank you. I truly do appreciate your patronage. That's the word to use. And it's been awesome. We started last Monday, a beautiful, glorious year with Gilbert Ute in the house, talking about maintaining momentum. And the feedback was amazing. Thank you to every single person that reached out. Your comments, your feedbacks, your DMs, all of them were most appreciated. I truly do appreciate you all. Thank you so, so much. So today we are on to another edition. And today I'll be talking about dealing with insecurity. Dealing with insecurity. And it's something that I know a lot of people are like, okay, insecurity. What is insecurity? Maybe that's the place to start from. What exactly is insecurity? Insecurity is an uncertainty or an anxiety about yourself. It's a lack of confidence. It's a feeling of inadequacy. Basically, that's what it is. Now, I'm not talking about insecurity in terms of violence, in terms of afraid of being kidnapped and all of that, or a state of where you feel you are open to danger. Yes, that's insecurity, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about personal insecurity, where you just feel uncertain, you are anxious, you feel you are not up to it, you feel you're not capable of something, and somehow it begins to affect you in the things that you say and do. That is insecurity I'm talking about. Now, the truth about insecurity is this: every single person deals with insecurity at one time or the other. Everybody. No matter how successful you are, there is a time in your life that you deal with insecurity. And no matter how bad you feel you are, there are times in your life that you just feel secure. So everybody gets it. So the question is this. So the problem is not insecurity. It's okay to feel insecure. You are not God. God is the only totally complete person. You are not God. So there are times you feel inadequate. There are times you feel incompetent. There are times you feel not up to it. So it's okay to feel like that. The question is, how do you deal with it? Now, what are some of the signs of insecurity? I'll give you a very funny one. And when I thought about this, I just started to start laughing. When you feel everybody is talking about you, I don't know if you have been there. You just think everybody everywhere is talking about you. Meanwhile, they might not even notice that you're around. But you just still think everybody is talking about you. That's a feel of insecurity. And a lot of things, before we talk about dealing with it, what leads to it? And I want to spend some time here, and I'm hoping that a lot of us parents, superiors, mentors, coaches will take a cue and learn. Sometimes we build insecurity in our mentees, in our children, in our wards, very unconsciously. How? By comparing them. So every time you're like, Jack, can't you see Jill? Can't you see how Jill is doing? Can't you see how Jill is smiling? Can't you see how Jill is walking? Everything, you're always comparing this child with somebody else and letting him feel that he's not as good as that person. After a while, the child begins to lose the little sense of self-confidence he or she had. Why? You keep saying, can't you see? Can't you see? Can't you see? That's one way. Sometimes it's abuse. A child has gone through abuse and could not talk to anybody about it, and it gets cold in himself, and he handles that bit, he locks it up in himself, and he ends up being very timid, very insecure because of an abuse as a child. That happens. Sometimes it's unhealthy jests. So a child is coming and say, look at that child, look at her Lego. See, the two legs are just knocking themselves, and you start coming with your two left legs. And you think you're joking, but you are sowing seeds in that child's mind and need to think to himself or herself, I have two left legs. Unhealthy jest is a way we implant insecurity very unconsciously. What else? Sometimes failure. So a child has failed an exam, or has failed in class, or has done something wrong, and you hammer it on and on and on and on, and the child begins to see him or herself as synonymous to failure. Insecurity, the causes of insecurity. Sometimes it's environmental or societal, where we're coming from. At times it's your background, but like I always say, your background should not hold you to the ground. You should be able to get yourself free, cut loose from your background, and move forward in life. So sometimes background, you've grown up in an environment where you just must not speak. You have to be seen and not heard. And you grow up feeling that you should be seen and not heard. It's insecurity. And at times these things happen and hold strong in the mind of the child. And when that child grows up, it grows up very timid, feeling very insecure, feeling very, very, very inadequate. That is insecurity. Now, I haven't talked about the things that lead to insecurity. And as I'm saying it, I'll ask you parents, wards, coaches, teachers, superiors, think, are you guilty of that? I'll give you a very funny example, very funny example. Anytime I remember it, I just start laughing. I call people village boy or village girl very easily. Not for any reason. I mean, when you do something I don't really know what to say to you, and I'm so upset, I'm like, you're just from the village, just get out. And everybody there, it just douses the tension for me, and everybody calms down. And I never thought much into it. And then this day came, I had this stuff. So I did something and I was honestly upset. And I thought of what to say to him. And I just said, why must you behave like someone that lives in the village? And I called a particular part of Lagos. So you be as people that live in that area. And said, my friend, don't do it again. Just leave my office. Let me calm down. And I thought I had doused the tension. I thought I started laughing when he left. And I was like, Yomi, just calm down. He's left now. Just put yourself together. How do you solve this? Not too long after, another colleague of mine came in and said, Ma, what did you say to Mr. So and so? And I'm like, what did I say to him? I said, you should be asking me, what did he do? He says, no, Ma, he's downstairs crying. Now, this is a married man with children. And I'm like, downstairs crying? Why? So I told my colleague what had happened. And I said, I didn't know what to say. I didn't want to say the wrong thing. I just said, my friend, you're just from the village, like also from the so and so area. And my colleague started laughing. Says, Ma, that is where he lives. Jesus. I had no clue where he lived. I didn't even imagine he would live in that area. Because some distance from my office. And I'm like, what? Really? So I didn't know. So all of you know my jokes. You're a village girl, you're a village boy. That's my joke. I didn't mean anything. Please call him. So I went downstairs. I couldn't wait for them to call him up. And I said, sweetheart, I had no clue you lived there. So sorry. And I tried to douse it. I calmed him down, apologized. And I came back to the office and I began to laugh. And I'm like, what? Now, as far as he was concerned, I actually talked about where he lives. So he believes, he behaves like those from that area of town. Everybody tell him, oh, that's how madam will crack a joke and douse tension. And then later I came back and said, sorry, ma, I'm so sorry I embarrassed you. But I never liked that area. I've been hoping one day I'll move out of that area. So when you called that area, I just went into depression. I felt, oh, this area has come to define me again. Can you imagine that? But that's it. Mindset. As far as he's concerned, that area, but I said to him later, I said, but in that area, people have won the best students in the city from that area. And in fact, one of the essay competitions of Dr. Michael Okonkwo Foundation, the very first essay was won by a child from a public school in that area. And it was like, really? I said, yes. That area should not define you. That you live in that area does not mean nothing good is in you. Insecurities. So a lot of things can lead to insecurity, and it produces anxiety about your goals, about your relationships, about how you handle situations. But everybody deals with insecurity at some point in time or the other. Now, I put out a post over the weekend to say sometimes arrogance is a sign of insecurity, and it's so true. Many times people try to cover insecurity by going to the other extreme by being arrogant. But let me ask you a few questions. When you need to get something done, I know that this thing is best done by Mr. A, but because you think that thing will bring so much praise to Mr. A, you call Mr. B or C to go do it. You know the truth? You are insecure to that extent. That sounds strong. That sounds hard, but that's the truth. You just displayed insecurity. When somebody does something and you are unable to give the person credit, I don't know how to get the credit to yourself and how to tell somebody that you are the one that got it done. You are dealing at that point in time with insecurity. When somebody is better than you in a particular area and you are not able to acknowledge it, you are dealing with insecurity at that particular time. And that's the truth. Insecurity seeps on us very gradually, very subtly, and many of us are dealing with it again and again. And then we cover it up with different ways. Some cover it up with fear. So because they feel insecure, they don't want anybody to criticize what they have done. They don't do anything at all. They get very timid. They will not even open their mouth lest they say the wrong things. They just want to hide and not to be heard at any point in time. Some people go to the other extreme and they carry their shoulders high. They want to be heard at every time. They're unnecessarily loud. They're unnecessarily bossy. They want to throw their weight around. They want to be seen at every opportunity. They want to show that they know what to do. It's also insecurity. When you are secure in yourself, the truth is this: you are able to allow everybody be themselves. In an area where you are not strong, you can tell the whole world, this is Mr. B's area. I need him to do it. He's better than me in that area. That is security. When somebody gets something done, everybody is applauding and say, oh, Yomi, that was. I say, oh no, that wasn't Yomi actually. So and so person got it done. Please help me celebrate this person. That was a fantastic thing. That is a display of security. So there is something to be done, and you know in yourself, okay, so positionally, everybody thinks you should do, but you know it's not your strength. You know there's somebody that does this thing better than me. And you can say, no, gentlemen, I know as the leader, that should be me. But honestly, this person has better skills in this area. I need that person to get it done. That is security. So how do you deal with insecurity, and how do you move from insecurity to security? Now, the first thing to do is, if you are dealing with insecurity, sit down and ask yourself, where is this coming from? Maybe it's something that you had done wrong and is haunting you. Look into the mirror and tell yourself, Yomi, I forgive you. That was a mistake you made, and it's a mistake and it's gone. I move out of it today. Say it out, say it loud as many times as you can. Look into the mirror and forgive yourself. Sometimes maybe you did something and it gave a very dear consequence, and you are living with it. You are beating yourself blue black every day. It's time to forgive yourself. Hold yourself guilt free. That's number one. Number two, accept yourself. Now, in accepting yourself, accept your errors, accept your weaknesses, accept your strengths, but don't sit there. Work upon being better. Accept yourself. So this is not my turf. This is not my area. So I shouldn't kill myself trying to be best in an area that is not my strength. I should be able to delegate that area and build on my strength. What is my strength? What do I do, albeit effortlessly? What is that thing that I find very easy to do? Look for it, build it, do it again and again and again until you are a star in it. Enjoy it, commend yourself, compliment yourself, be happy with yourself, be happy with your skin, be able to enjoy being alone in your world. That's number two. Number three, don't compare yourself. We are all different. Yomi and Yemi might be twins, but they are still different. So you don't compare yourself with another person. Yes, Bible says he that compares himself with himself is not wise. You are unique. You are you. Celebrate your you. Don't compare yourself with anybody. Enjoy yourself, celebrate yourself, applaud yourself, and enjoy being you. Celebrate yourself, affirm your values. That's number 4. What are the things that you know to do? Affirm your values. I just love you because love yourself with reasons. Tell yourself, you know what? I know you are beautiful and fearfully and wonderfully made. God made you in his own image and in his likeness. You are so awesome. You are excellent at so and so thing. Affirm your values. All the things that you know to do, affirm them. Be proud of it. Say it to yourself again and again. Celebrate your wins. Each time you do something right, even if nobody notices it, stop, take note of it, and celebrate yourself. Tell yourself, Yomi, that was a good one. That's the truth. What else do you need to do? If you are among people that always look down on you, you are among people that never see anything good in you, you are among people that always look for what to complain about you, change your company. Everybody doesn't have to be your friend. Choose your friends. You can choose who your friends will be. You don't have to. So if Mr. A is always talking down on you, each time you come, it's like, why are you using a red lipstick? A purple would have been better. Oh, why is you using a red earring? Why not white? Your handwriting, it's not as good as Yinka's own. That powder that you use on your face, is it really your shade? The person never says anything good, never something to compliment. Hello, change gear, change company, move away. You don't need people that will talk you down. There's something about constructive criticism where people can tell you, you need to improve on this, you need to improve on this, you need to improve on that. Yes, but when somebody says nothing good in you, always looking for a way of putting you down, always looking for a way of stamping you down. Don't hang around the person. Don't change gear. Find another company. Find somebody that loves you for who you are. Find somebody that celebrates you. Find somebody that will encourage you. Change company. If you need to, please do. Number 6, reflect on good things. Reflect on those beautiful things that you have seen happen in your life, those beautiful experiences. Sit back and think on those beautiful, good old days. Remind yourself of them, and just finally, number 7, decide to be happy. Happiness is a choice. It's not about what is going on around you. You can choose to be happy. You can choose to be excited. You can choose to praise and praise and praise again. Let your attitude take you to the right altitude. Decide to be happy. So 7 basic ways of dealing with insecurity I've said today. Number 1, forgive yourself of the past. Don't hold yourself. Forgive yourself. Number 2, accept yourself. Number 3, don't compare yourself. Don't. You are unique. You are you. You have all that it takes to be you, and enjoy being you. Number 4, affirm your values. No matter how small those values are, affirm it. Those values, they might look so small, infinitesimal, but they add color to the world. They make the world a better place. So add value to yourself. Affirm your values. Number 5, change your company. If you're amongst people that have nothing good to say about you, change your company. You don't have to be around them. Change your company. Reflect on good old things. Just think back. Think back at the exam you passed. Think back at the things you did right. Just think back and decide. Reflect on those good things. And yes, decide to be happy. Look at what are the things that will make you happy. What are the things that will make you excited? Sit down and celebrate yourself. Sit down and toast to yourself. Don't wait for the world to define you. Decide to be the best that you can ever be. That is it for today. Thank you to everybody that's on the call. Emeka, thank you. Reverend Aka, Gilbert, Ramatu, Pat, Innocent, Julie, all of you on the call. Taiwo, thank you. Everybody that's on YouTube, on Facebook, I truly do appreciate you. And for those that watch it thereafter, thank you so much. Like I always say, like, subscribe, and pass your comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I've added any value to you. If there's anything you want me to talk about, DM me and I'll be glad to talk about it. And until I come your way next week, Monday, 7:45, in another edition of Knocks to Nugget. Don't ever forget this. I love you and together we win. See you next week, Monday. Bye for now.